Hi guys, Lee from Overbite Gaming here. I'm taking up Snare's request to do a vlog for you guys. I can't think of anything particularly great to go on about, so I'm going to talk about my favourite subject, myself and my history of gaming. So I thought that might be interesting to you guys, and we can compare notes in the comments below. Sorry that this isn't the usual Saturday dual linking up video that we do. Had a piece of bad news this week and it kind of screwed the shooting schedule. Try saying that 5 times fast, Jesus. Especially when you've just woken up, because I'm doing this on the Saturday morning itself. So bear with me guys, we'll get there. So the first console I ever got was the Atari 2600. I don't know where it came from. Dad bought it. I was like tiny man at the time. And I'm going to talk about, I think, like one game per device or console or whatever. Just to let you know sort of like what I dug from that sort of particular generation. In the case of 2600, I'm going to talk about Atlantis, which I'm going to put like just pictures up here really. It was a really good example of the bombastic sound the 2600 was capable of. It wasn't like high fidelity or anything, but it was just booming and really nicely done. And it was just a very simple game. You had 3 guns and you had ships flying along trying to bomb you. That was it. Very simple, but the box art was amazing. I'd flick one up there, Lee, don't forget, okay, good man. I thought it was amazing. It looks like clip art now, but whatever. Okay, so like that was the 2600, really good little 3-point game. You sort of move the joystick left and right, fires the side guns, and the fire button did your middle gun, which was always the easiest because it obviously went straight up. But yeah, they always bombed that one first, the bastards. From there we went on to, I am checking my notes, I do have notes, sorry. The Spectrum, we got a Spectrum 48K Plus, which was the one with the plastic keyboard, not the infamous rubber job. We also had a Plus 3 as well, which had like little mini diskettes, which was interesting. I mean, I remember getting like Batman the movie for the diskette and just being like, whoa, this loads so fast, nice. After like spending 5 minutes loading a game on a tape or longer at times. But the game I want to talk about I actually got for free, which is amazing. I got off a covered cassette, I guess you call it. And it was Star Raiders 2. And it was the first time I'd sort of had any experience with the space simulation genre. One I'm very fucking well into nowadays. I mean, Wing Commander 4, that is my crack. I love that game. But Star Raiders 2, you had really nice, you were fighting the Xylons. Don't know where they got that from, with a Z. And they were invading your star system. And you had missions to intercept them in space, and you fought them sort of over planets while they tried to bomb your cities and you were defending them. It's all about the city bombing, my early gaming history, I don't know what's going on. But then you sort of beat them back, and then followed them to their own galaxy, where you went to planets and bombed their cities, and once you bombed all their cities and took out all their fleets, you won. Because genocide wins. Yay. But it was free, it was on the, I think it was single player user maybe it was on. It was well back in the good old days where you used to give things away for free. Nice. Yeah, check my list. Okay, next one I got was the Amiga. Obviously being from the UK, we didn't really have the console boom to the same degree the States did, and we weren't as affected by the crashes as the States as a result. So I mean, you can see like I missed out on like the NES and the Master System, but we'll get into like some of the later stuff that I actually did get later on. But the Amiga, yeah, thought that was weird because like Amiga is kind of girlfriend in Spanish, isn't it? Or a friend who's a girl. That was very appropriate in my case because like didn't have a girlfriend, so spent my time with that thing, so that works. But what I want to talk about is Death Knights of Krynn. Now I don't know if you know this, but I'm a bit of a nerd. It's hard to tell, yeah, but I am. And I was well into the Dragonlance games. Books, I should say. The games primarily were awful. But these weren't. This was the first Gold Box game I ever got. Now, if you've ever played a Gold Box game, you've played pretty much all the Gold Box games. Because they're 99% out like D&D and Buck Rogers and all the TSR stuff. But it was just great, because you got to... I mean, you fought Lord Soth, for Christ's sakes. Lord Soth is like this badass Death Knight who was like a legend in the Dragonlance universe. So it was really cool, and it was used, I think, second edition AD&D rules, and it was just something I was blown away by. And I finished Death Knights of Krynn. I've never finished any other Gold Box game, although I have the Krynn trilogy. There we go, say it nicely for the people at home. I have them all, and I've only finished that one, which is a bit of a shame. I've repurchased them on GOG, so I can go back and give them another whirl, I suppose. Bit of a pain in the ass because they still want manual entries. One thing I don't like. But I've got the manuals anyway, so I don't care. Moving on. Mega Drive. This one was for Dad's. I mean, well, technically the 2600 and the Spectrum was Dad's as well. The Amiga was mine, though. I'll stand by that. Yeah, so I was after a Mega Drive. Didn't get it. He got it instead. Thanks. But I got something else instead, which we'll move on to next, I believe. Yeah, Streets of Rage is going to be my game for the Mega Drive. Not a lot to say about it, because, come on, everybody knows Streets of Rage. If you don't, what are you doing? Go emulate it or something, it's brilliant. But, yeah, just sitting there with my dad, like, one Christmas after he got it, just playing Streets of Rage together. Yeah. It's a nice childhood memory. So, yeah, soft spot for that one. Now, what I got instead was a PC. I think my first one I got from... Oh, God, Curry's? Dixon's. Was it Dixon's or Curry's? Does it matter? It probably doesn't. And it was on like a payment plan that my mum signed up for on my stead because I didn't really have a credit history or anything like that. So I was paying it off on a monthly. And it was a 486 SX33. Stonking, 32 megahertz, that is for you guys at home that don't know. It had 4 meg of RAM, and I think it was a 320 meg hard drive. And I loved that thing. And then I upgraded to a 486 DX4100 with 8 meg, and then I got a Voodoo 2 card, and it was like, oh, power! It wasn't, but whatever. But I do want to mention the PC game, although it's not exclusively PC, you should see. The one that probably stands out most to me is Fahrenheit by Quantic Dream. I will admit to, I pirated it, I downloaded it, I'd already pre-ordered it, so if I felt I was justified in doing that, because I played the demo and I was like blown away. I wanted to play this game like nobody's business, and then it popped up on like sites, and I was like, yeah, you should have released it earlier, download. So I downloaded it, and I played it through, I think it was in one night. I finished it in one night, I think. I was drinking Jack and Coke and playing that game, and I'd work the next day. I may have called in sick, I'm not sure. It was a long time ago. Anyone watching this at work, it was a long time ago. But yeah, that was so good. And then obviously it came in the mail as well, like a couple of days later. And I was like, play it again then. Nice. So I played it again. And then it came out on PS2, and I was like, the sticks sound like a good idea for the Simon things. So I bought it on PS2. And then they remastered it recently, and I bought that as well. So I bought that game like 3 times and pirated it at once. So I think buying it 3 times is enough of a concession. The pirating doesn't really make much difference. Next we have the PlayStation. That was the next one I got. I remember this vividly because I took like a week off of work, and I ordered it from Special Reserve, like the Home Computer Club thing, where you paid a subscription, yearly subscription, and you got to order from their magazine and stuff. That was like, oh, back in the day, man. Jesus. And I had a week off work, and I ordered the PlayStation and a couple of games with it, I think. And I was living on my windowsill, sort of in my bedroom, watching for the postman for almost that entire week. And of course, sometimes you need to go take a shower and what have you. I'm at home alone, the parents are at work, and I'm in the bathroom with the door open, doorbell goes. I'm under the shower, sudsy, all that shit. Just leap out, tracky bottoms on, t-shirt on, run downstairs, sopping wet, get to the door, postman with my PlayStation. Of course. Couldn't bloody wait for it. It's always typical though. That always happens. You have a week off and it turns up in the most goddamn inconvenient time ever. Anyway, the game I'd like to speak about is Fighting Force. It's much in the same vein as Streets of Rage really, but it's 3D. And I had a real soft spot for it. You had like, I think 4 characters, 2 guys, 2 girls, and yeah, it was just fun. I really liked that game, and I could complete it, which you've seen my Let's Plays, right? So you know, not great at games, even though I enjoy them greatly. But yeah, I could beat that one. I'm proud to say I could beat that one. And yeah, it was so good. I like the big, I can't remember his name, but he was like this big guy in a wife beater. It was like, he was like stupid big Hulk size. So then Dad got an N64, which means I vicariously got an N64. Playing it was an issue though, because he was always on GoldenEye all of the time. No, not that GoldenEye's a bad game. GoldenEye's a great game, but yeah, he was just on it all the time, which were. But yeah, my favourite game on that was WrestleMania 2000, which is... Now, I know you guys are sat there going, what? WrestleMania? No Mercy is clearly better. What are you talking about? Not for me, it wasn't. I did have No Mercy, and I don't know what happened, but the memory, the backup battery in the cartridge didn't work. So I couldn't save anything on that. So I didn't play it a lot at all. Because I like to do like the sort of career shit and like create my own wrestler and all that, and couldn't do it. So WrestleMania 2000 it is. Obviously it's part of the Aki series, so you hold down the button for a certain amount of time, get a strong grapple, you know, all those. Really worked well on the N64 with the extra buttons. I did have in WCW versus NWO versus or something like that on the PlayStation. It worked fairly well on the PlayStation as well, to be honest. But being a ping with stick to get the special off and having the C buttons as well, that worked really well. Tremendous game, as all the Aki games were up to a point. But yeah, really like that game. Next up, PS2. When I got the PS2, I knew when it was coming. Well, I knew it'd come because I was at work. And we had to go to this bloody presentation thing at a cinema after work, where we got like a lot of boring people tell us boring things, which never actually transpired for the most part. And that went like long as well. So I'm sat there in a cinema listening to boring shit while I've got a brand new PS2 at home. Humph! But yeah, got out, went back, played it. Great stuff. And Lord of the Rings: The Third Age. I'm not going to spend too much time on it because I have spoken about this game before. I just love that game. It is Final Fantasy, but with Lord of the Rings clothes on. So it's a Final Fantasy, turn-based Final Fantasy game. That makes sense to me. So I love it. It's good. And yeah, there is grinding, I will give you that, but it's not as bad as drawing magic. So there's that. And then PS3. So the PS3... there's not really too much of a story about how I got the PS3. I think the most notable thing I can say is I did it cleverly. I think I did it cleverly anyway, because I was getting a PS3. I know I was getting a PS3 because I was waiting for my bonus. I went across Toys R Us and got it, just because it was close and I knew to go get it. But I did it cleverly because like in the months leading up to my bonus, I started buying PS3 games. And then my mate who already had a PS3, I lent those games I bought to him so he could play them. And then when I got my PS3, I'd get them back off him, and off I'd go. And I'd like pick them up second hand and all sorts of shit, I think. And I got some pretty good games like the first WWE game for it, and the Darkness, and so good games I can't remember. But the one I want to talk about is Tom Clancy's Hawks. And I do keep looking down at my phone because that's what my notes are. Sorry. Vengeance cough. Tom Clancy's Hawks. I love all the space combat games, and this basically, it felt like Wing Commander but in planes to me. I think that's the best way I can describe it. It had a good variety of stuff you did. It killed like the thing that really pisses me off about all the arcade stuff is like the flipping around trying to get luck. It didn't really have too much of that. That sort of came about in the second one. The second one is, in my opinion, nowhere near as good. It's just you circling with another plane endlessly trying to get luck. It's just horrible. But yeah, Tom Clancy's Hawks was arcadey enough for me to really enjoy it. And it introduced like the sort of, you could drift your plane essentially, which is cool. And that takes us up to like current times. Currently I still have the Mega Drive, I still have the Amiga. the PS2 and the PS3. I've got PS4, Xbone, PSP. Yeah, I don't know what I was doing there. New 3DS XL, and that's it. I mean, I don't really sort of go in for Nintendo anymore because it's not going to be a whole bunch of use for this unless I want to be like in bed with Nintendo. Yeah, she'll tell you. I've got Peach. Never mind. Anyway, that's a quick look at my history and some games that I enjoyed from back in the day. I might have to dig some of these out. It's kind of got me in the mood to like play some of these suckers again. So again, apologies for it not being like a regular duo video on the Saturday, but real life happens. So sorry about that, fellas, and have fun gaming and take it easy. He's spending 60% of his life locked in his fucking car shooting the same things over and over.
Okay, that's a good point. We'll come on to this now. So, in this game, we now have access to... I don't know if it was in the last game or not. I didn't play that one, but the risk is much higher as well.
Yeah, it's not just a PvP area either. It's an area that allows PvP, but there are AI enemies in there, and they're all hella tough. It's definitely designed for cooperative play in there.
Yeah, and I'd actually suggest